This is the Precalculus Spring 2017 ACP Preview, Law of Sines, Law of Cosines, problems. We're going to go over 4 such problems. Problem 12. A helicopter is flying from downtown Dallas to downtown Fort Worth. The distance between the two cities is 32 miles. And so we have this sketch here, and it's not immediately clear what to use. I don't see, we have a side down here 32 miles apart from the cities, but we don't have this angle opposite that 32 miles. We can find it because of the principle of supplementary angles, which is that all angles, when added up, will be equal to 180 degrees. So if we subtract 35 degrees and 45 degrees from 180 degrees, we're going to get 100 degrees. So 100 degrees is this angle right here. So we're going to call this angle H, and H for helicopter. Now we're trying to find this side over here with this question mark, and we're going to call this side F. F for this Fort Worth, an opposite angle will be angle F, but we don't know what it is. But there's in geometry the principle of a transversal. Transversal is a line that cuts through two parallel lines. And so this 35-degree angle up here is also going to be 35 degrees down here, which means that we can use the law of sines. And the law of sines is sine A over side A equals sine of angle B over side B equals sine of angle C over side C. So we're going to use this version here, and we're going to have side F, which we do not yet know, over sine of 35 degrees is equal to the side down here, 32 miles, over the sine of 100 degrees. And we can use an T-inspired CS calculator, something called numerical solve, where we go to menu, 3, 1, and we go here, this F over the sine of 35 degrees is equal to this side H, which is 32 miles apart, over the sine of 100 degrees. And we go here, first comma, and F. And we get 18.64 miles, we'll call it, to the 100th place. So F, 18.64 miles. Okay. And that is shown right here, answer choice A. Next problem. We have the diagram shows a boat that is anchored at point B in a river, and that's this point here. And there are 2 boat ramps on the far side of the river. So we'll call this question mark side little b opposite. And this side here, points A and C, the boat is 120 meters. So we call this little c, because it's opposite angle C, and we call this 150 meter length side little a, because it's opposite angle A. So we're going to make use of something called the law of cosines, and that is we're trying to find b, so that's going to be b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine angle b. And so just filling in how b squared equals 150 squared I just have like a mental block on this today, plus 120 squared minus 2 times 150 times 120 times cosine 110 degrees. So let's go ahead and put that in our calculator. We go to menu 3.1 and we're going to put in b squared, and that's going to be equal to a squared, which is 150 squared, plus c squared, which is 120 squared, minus 2 times a, which is 150, times c, which is 120, times cosine of angle b, which is 110 degrees. And go to the right, press comma b, and we get 221.8. And I think we're supposed to round to the nearest hundredth, so nearest foot. So b is approximately equal to, again, 222 feet, rounded properly. So 222 feet, and we use our bubble in here. We put in 2, 2, 2. If we put in 2 consecutively anywhere, we're going to be good. So 0, 1, 2. So that's it. Next problem, 12. In angle ABC, measure of angle A equals 32 degrees, measure of angle C equals 110 degrees, and side C equals 50 degrees. What is the approximate length to the nearest hundredth of side A? Well, just look at the letters. We have this big C, measure of angle big C equals 110 degrees, and side C is 750 degrees. So what this represents is a known side opposite a known angle. And we're trying to find side A, which is our side opposite our angle A. So this is going to be a law of sines deal. And just to draw a quick sketch, if we draw a something looks like a 32 degree angle, and we have this angle C, which is 110 degrees, and our side C, opposite angle C, is 750. And so we want to find side A, opposite angle A, so that's it over here. So it's angle A, and so we can set it up. We have little a over sine of 32 degrees equals side C, which is 750, over angle C, which is sine of angle C, rather, which is sine of 110 degrees. So we can just set this up now in our calculator. We go to menu 3.1, and so we put in A, which we would like to know is to the sine of 32 degrees as 750, which is side C, is to the sine of angle C, which is 110 degrees. And we just go over here to the right And we'll put in comma A. And for that we get round to the nearest number, whole number, looks at 423. 423, so A approximately equal to 423. So we go ahead and put in 4, 2, 3. So our 4 goes right here, 2 goes here, 3 goes here. So that's it to the nearest foot. But it doesn't say that, does it? It says to the nearest hundredth. So let's go ahead and revise, go to our calculator. It says 422.946, so that's going to be 422.95. Yeah, reading the instructions, crucial, crucial, crucial. So I changed that to 422.95. So here's our 2.9 and 5 right here. Now we're ready to go on to the last one in this set. Owen's house is 12 blocks from the library and 8 blocks from the school. The library is 9 blocks from the school. And so what we have here is something called a side, 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 which is a job for a law of cosines. And we want to find this angle over here. So we'll call this angle C. And this 9 here, we'll call it opposite side C. We'll call this school, we'll call this angle B. And the 12 blocks will be side B. And then library will be at A. And the 8 blocks here is going to be side A. So what we have here is we're trying to find this angle. What's the approximate measure in this degree? The angle between the path from Owen's house to library and the path from Owen's house to school. So it's this one right here where the question mark is. So that's going to be C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2 times A times B cosine big angle C. In this case, we know everything except the big angle C. So we go 9 squared is equal to 8 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 8 times 12 times cosine of this angle C that we do not know. So we have some algebra ahead of us unless we use something like numerical solve, which I'm going to go to right now. And going to it, we have menu 3-1. We have 9 squared equals, doesn't matter which order, I'm going to say 8 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 8 times 12 times cosine C. And we go over here, put a comma, and we'll put in C. And for that, make sure we're in degrees. We are. We get 48.589. And to the hundredth place would be 48.59. So angle C, approximately 48.59 0.59 degrees. And what does it say? To the nearest degree. So we'll say this is approximately 49 degrees. It's a full degree, so we go put in 49, and the 4 will go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 9 is kind of hard to see here. Anyway, that's all on this set. Standard law of sines, law of cosines problem. A couple of these you need to do a little bit of figuring, but they shouldn't be that hard. Good luck, and as always, thanks for viewing.